Hey folks, what we have here is a Rover Muncher, and I found it on the side of a street, and let's see what we can get out of it. Let's see if we can use it. So once you get something like this, the first thing you may want to do is inspect it around. So for example, I noticed that the paint got chipped here, and on the side you'll see this plug, and it didn't come with a cord, so I had to figure out something for it. So I had to make a plug myself. Basically, so I had to buy this part, which is a flat plug, which hopefully will work, and the rest I use an old cable, and it's a grounded cable as well. And let's keep going around. So on the here we have the switch, and luckily there are some instructions which I was able to read, and they are basically telling you to always feed branches from this hole, and use soft things like plants, etc. on the top only. I assume if you try to push a branch from the top, maybe things would start flying out towards you, and basically it is going to drop the chips to the bottom. So let's try to go ahead and open this thing up, and I screw here and unscrew there. Let's see what's inside, and this should come up. Ooh, comes with some presents. So I don't know what they tried to do. They might have tried to use it for something other than plants. That's my guess. Unless something like a mice tried to use it for their nest. So we'll have to clean the top and go from there. Alright, so I don't want to hold these things, so I'm going to try using one of these remote, I don't know what they call these, remote finger. Definitely not called that. Well, we noticed that at least it rotates freely, so I'm hoping the engine will run. So no idea right now. And I'm guessing we'll have to sharpen the blades as well, since I doubt this has seen much maintenance in its life. Although it's good that they kept it. I think they must have kept it indoors, because the paint is in reasonable shape. Yeah, I really don't want to touch these things while they're there. I'll have to wear a glove otherwise. But this would be definitely a nice place for a squirrel or a mouse to kind of call home. Okay, I guess I'll consider pushing them towards that hole, which is where the clippings are supposed to drop on the floor anyway, so instead I'll just maybe clean the floor rather than trying to fix stuff. Or maybe I'll just blow things out the garage door. Whatever feels easy. So I'm curious how sharp or dull those blades are, and we are going to see soon. Well, we won't see that yet, but I will definitely at some point take this head out, the blade part, and do a sharpening, and we will see if it's already sharp in this video. I doubt it's sharp, so we will be sharpening it. I think I saw something like a nut. I'm not sure, so tells me maybe a squirrel lives in here. Right, it's not super clean, but good enough for us to see if it's going to fire up. Okay, so that plug gave it a snug fit and a moment of truth, as they say. Let's see if we are going to run it. So I put the head back on to avoid anything to kind of start flying around, and also for some sort of safety. Let's push this button. Wow, that's great. That's great news. So it also ended up doing some cleaning for us, but I can see that the motor runs very clean, doesn't have weird noises, it runs smooth, wasn't jumping, so nothing needs to be done about the motor. So all we have to do is give this thing a good cleaning and sharpen those blades. So as a principle, I usually put these hardware back if possible, because I usually end up losing it otherwise. So that's what I would recommend in general. And maybe you can now see this blade in a close-up. I think it may consist of 2 or 3 parts, maybe 2 parts bolted from right here, and when you look into here you will see that it's not very sharp, so that's what we will work on. So next step is to remove this blade. So I didn't really know what size it should be, but I tried a 5/8 of an inch socket, and it seems to fit fine. And I will try to move this. Oh boy, I hope this nut is not going to give me trouble. Oh, I ended up touching that crafter. Yeah, the nut is pretty much disintegrating right now, because of an awful amount of rust. And so this bit is not gonna be sufficient, and I'm not even sure if I should, if it is reverse threaded or not. It is possible, quite possible, that it is reverse threaded, which means more chances of stripping the nuts. Alright, so let's think of something for a game plan. Spray some penetrating catalyst. That can be a good first step. And yeah, you're supposed to let it stick for a few minutes at least, and we'll see what we can do after that. I think it's the blade needs to come out so that it can be serviced. Otherwise, it's not going to be a very useful equipment to keep around. I noticed that a size 15 also is a good fit, and I will try to lock the blades and see. I'll try counterclockwise first. Okay, let's try the other side. Let's try the other side. So let's see if it's visible. But here I'm kind of using the left nuts as a leverage to lock my pry bar. And let's assume that this is a reverse threaded nut. Let me try if this is gonna work. Oh, I'm getting scared of those sounds. It's like so much stress. So I'm going to maybe assume it is still a regular threaded nut. So when I'm going counterclockwise, alright, maybe I'll have to upgrade my my wrench size a bit. Okay, let's move to a breaker bar. Worst thing you can do is strip that bolt, and then what do you do? Oh, I guess it's a nut, not a bolt. Alright, that's what we're doing. So let's try this one, and maybe some leverage with my foot. I'm trying to not to bend the blade, which may introduce additional problems when the motor is running. So I'm going to try a different trick. And I will use a wooden block instead, and then I'm going to hold it with my foot so it doesn't tip. Oh, perfect. So it wasn't reverse threaded. Alright, so let's take out the bolts completely. So here is when a wooden block like this comes handy. You know, you could have thrown this away since it's too small to use this, but I think it's always good. At least you should keep a few of them around just in case you need it. And of course, if you keep it around, you gotta also think about using them once in a while. Otherwise, they'll be just junk lurking around. So there's a trade-off involved there. If not, maybe you could also consider using plastic blocks that come with certain jacks these days. Alright, so it was a bolt after all. Now it is stuck to my my wrench, but we'll figure that it shouldn't be a problem. So we gotta remember maybe well, I guess it can only be in one direction because there are some slots here. So there's this pad which holds the top blade to the bottom blades. Alright, and then it screws into that threads in there, and just trying to give you a quick view of this blade, and we will be cleaning this out and getting rid of all the dust on the blade. And this is the top portion, and this also does some cutting, so you can see a bevel here. But because of all the rust and not being serviced, definitely lots of potential to kind of service this blade. So that's what we will do next. So I'm going to try threading this bolt back in with the offset. When I turn the other way around, I hope that it is going to be loose. And I also put this here, so well, maybe I shouldn't put it there. I should keep it with me, and I should clean that part too. Go. Not coming yet. Alright, we may need to punch it out then. So we may need to put it on a vise and then go in there with a punch and take our socket out of there. There's definitely a lot of crud on the blade still, so I'll just show you. Look at that. That was that other thing, whatever was there that we were trying to clean. And same here. It kind of looks even like insulation material. So definitely I think some animals try to bring stuff in here, knowing that it wasn't used frequently. Alright, so those blades are ready to be cleaned, and you can also maybe try scraping this a bit. If you just scrape very lightly, the the paint won't be affected as long as it's still sticking there. But okay, it started to lift off, so maybe not a great idea to come with scraper, since the paint is barely, I guess it's barely holding, and I really don't want to paint the whole thing because it looks reasonable. I just want to clean it and start using it that way. Okay, another zoom of the blade. So here's the top bevel, and I assume the focus isn't great, but it's definitely not very straight, and that's not going to be good for cutting. But maybe before that, let's give that thing a quick cleaning. So I'm just going to use some soapy water. You could try using a degreaser if you want. Doesn't have to be super clean. It would be great if it was super clean, but it doesn't have to be. We just, for now, we just need it in usable condition. Probably I'll end up putting some oil on this plate, just in case, for lubrication purposes. More than plenty. Okay. So let's leave those here. This one goes on top. And this is the brace. And the nuts. Where is our bolts? Our bolt is here. Still comes with the sockets. Right. Maybe I should remove the bolt first. I'll spray some penetrating lubricant in it. So I had mentioned the preferred method earlier. Put this in the bench and get yourself a punch and a hammer. just found a nail instead. This would work. Let's spray this. On the top of the bolt needs to pass through. I didn't realize this is going to take this so much effort, but I guess it got stuck in out of it. Just make sure only the tip of the bolt is held. You could even try squeezing it that way. There you go. Here is the bolt. Thank you very much. Let's keep going. Well, when I started fixing things, I didn't know that trick for years. And guess what? I ended up doing. I kept that bolt in my socket all those years. More than 10 years maybe. Then I realized, okay, it's not that difficult to remove those things. Alright, so this bolt is maybe slightly too loose. So let's go. Let's try size 14 on this. Size 14. Alright, I do trust that I should be able to finish it using the original size 15. And where's our wooden block? We'll use it the other way around this time. On the other side when we are tightening it. I'm not even tightening yet, I'm just drying the bolts in there. Okay, now I'm starting to hit resistance, so maybe another 1/8 or quarter turn should be sufficient once you feel some tightness. Alright. So that part is done. It is looking more fresh in general. And one thing I noticed earlier, these wheels also need some lubrication. So let's see what we can do about this. So I'm going to try also just a WD-40 on those. Don't know how to get to do it. There's a plastic cover on top of the lid here. So let's try to pop that out and see if we can lubricate from there. Alright. So So I'm going to try just lubricating from here. Okay, that should be good enough. I don't want that to drop and I would a bit. Okay, and let's repeat for the other side. Pop that out. Excuse the sun. And rotate. And repeat that a couple of times. That one went in easier. And one more thing I want to do before we demonstrate. Like I mentioned, I don't plan to do painting on this yet. I think it should last a couple of more years with this paint. And why use the original paint anyways? So I'm just going to basically do some cleaning on this top portion, which is bothering me, using soapy water again. You can even clean these with a garden hose or something like that if you want. And you may wonder how much soap to use. Just maybe 3 pumps. If you pump it 3 times and then fill this with water, that's what I end up using. So you don't need too much soap. And well, this one is actually a dish soap, by the way. And you cannot believe how much soap can do. Sometimes all those chemicals that they sell is just a marketing gimmick, because this soap can do great things. Checking to see how these things fit together. I'm not even going to bother with this side. And one thing though that is kind of interesting, which I would like to clean, is the button itself here, the switch I mean. I would prefer to kind of clean that better. I was going to use the ultrasonic cleaner, but my cleaner just broke, so I have to do this manually. So this plastic part is there to kind of protect this thing from rain. That's the only purpose. So you could even consider tossing it out. By the way, so this Muncher seems to be made in Australia, and when I was doing a search online about this brand, I noticed that it was coming up in Australia, and so the plastic is out, and see if it's easy to clean. If not, I mean, you can even get rid of this, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, this part will definitely require some detailed cleaning. Not sure I wanna do it right now. Like I mentioned, it would be a very good thing for the ultrasonic cleaner to target this item. Okay, let's do this. And so let's take it outside to give it a good run. So it works fine. As you can see, it would take some time to do lots of mulching on this, but the benefit is you can use those clippings as a fertilizer. So this is the thing, other than throwing the, or you could just use those for mulching, but definitely you'd be working on it all day long. So overall, a good find, works perfectly. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I need viewers like you, so thanks.